Planet Dolan.
From faking their own death to blaming phantom car thieves, we count 7 unbelievable ways people try to escape traffic tickets. Yeah, what's up YouTube fans? Pringle the one in the building. How we doing today? Today, guys, I got some crazy new content for your face. So here we go.
Number 7.
Man buys his old car back to prove he didn't speed. Englishman Dale Lyle was the proud owner of a 14-year-old Honda Civic. A total piece of fucking shit, man. It was terrible. It was on its last legs. One day he received a speeding ticket that claimed he'd been driving 98 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone. Dale objected the offense, as his license would be suspended if he was found guilty. A magistrate said he needed proof. Unfortunately, Dale had sold his Honda Civic before the ticket arrived, leaving him unable to get the proof. To prove he was in the right, he ended up buying his old car back for 600 euros. He then hired a professional driver for another 600, who took the old piece of shit onto a 2-mile circuit track to speed test it. Dale got the results he was looking for. He couldn't have been going 98 miles per hour because his piece of shit shitbox Civic top speed was only 85. Damn, dumbass. He brought the evidence to the court and the ticket was withdrawn.
Number 6.
Driver blames ticket on imaginary car thieves. Mario Hilly from the Australian suburb of Geelong was caught speeding and running red lights 20 times over 13 years. Incredibly, he never paid any fines and lost no points on his license because police kept falling for his ridiculous excuses like he was slipping off banana peels, Mario Kart style or something. I don't know how he was doing it, but he was. All of his offenses were caught by traffic cameras, but as soon as Mario received a ticket in the mail, he'd report his car as stolen. However, his car would magically turn up again just before the police had a chance to investigate. With this method, he was able to blame all of his traffic offenses on fictional car thieves. Somehow, no one in the Victorian police force noticed this pattern or became suspicious. Of course, the run couldn't last forever. On Mario's 21st attempt, he was finally caught. After dusting his car for prints, police determined that Mario's story was, complete bullshit, as only his sneaky prints showed up. Come on, Mario. That's just dumb.
Number 5.
Woman fakes own death to avoid paying tickets? Now that just sounds retarded. After accumulating a nice collection of traffic infringement notices, Kimberly Du from Diaz Muñez attempted to get out of paying them by using that timeless problem-solving solution. Man, I love this one. This is one of my favorite solutions. Faking your own death. Because, why would you go past that? She wrote a letter to a county judge claiming that she wouldn't be paying her fines today because she was in fact dead. The piece de resistance was signing the letter with her mother's name. She added one forged newspaper obituary notice, and voila! Her fine was avoided. Now here's the kicker. It only lasted for a month. On the 1-month anniversary of her fake death, Kimberly was pulled over again. Refusing to believe she was a ghost, the cops saw through Kimberly's act, and she was arrested. And, she was dumb. Or is dumb, actually.
Number 4.
Man receives fine 30 seconds after parking. Don't know how you do that. In 2013, an unidentified Melbourne man proved that appealing unfair parking tickets actually works. If you're super sarcastic, that is. The Australian man received a ticket in the very short space of time between parking and walking to the rear of his vehicle to retrieve his wallet. That's right, guys. You heard that right. The parking inspector saw the man park and go walk around his vehicle, yet still left a big fat ticket on his windshield while the man was busy counting his coins. Arguing with the inspector changed nothing. So the man wrote an extremely passive-aggressive letter to the Melbourne Parking and Traffic, and it said, I've got to hand it to him. This guy is a genius. He knew I intended to comply with the regulations and pay for my parking, so he did what any good parking officer would do. He wrote me a ticket before I could walk the 8 steps to the machine. Officer 335 must get a raise. He then jokingly apologized for taking 30 seconds to pay by later resolving to wind down his window next time and throw coins at the ticket machine in the hopes that someone would make it into the coin slot. Needless to say, the appeal worked and the ticket was revoked.
Number 3.
Boy genius builds fine appeal website. 18-year-old economics student and entrepreneur Joshua Browder has attracted global attention to founding donotpay.co.uk, a website that helps people appeal traffic fines. The site asks motorists to enter their details, then sends a custom-generated appeal created by the website's algorithm to the relevant council. Through this website, Joshua has helped over 90,000 people and saved motorists more than £2 million in parking fines. He built the site after receiving several of his own unfair parking fines and discovered that sending appeal letters to councils actually works. The site is free, not-for-profit public service designed to help the most vulnerable members of society, the elderly and disabled. who are often slammed hardest with trivial parking offenses. Joshua stresses he isn't trying to encourage illegal parking, but he just wants to combat incorrectly issued parking tickets, which he says exist solely to bring in revenue. This guy is like the janitor or the plumber, man. He is a modern day hero. Better give your thanks, everybody. Better give your thanks.
Number 2.
Professor uses physics to escape ticket. Ooh. PhD wielding physics Professor Kryokov wrote a 4-page dissertation filled with equations, charts, and graphs to escape a speeding ticket. That's pretty cool. I'm just pretty damn cool. In the paper, Kryokov argued that the cop who booked him had been tricked into seeing him pass a stop sign because of several abstract physics-based conditions. He detailed these at length, using a lot of convincing scientific language. The presiding judge didn't understand any of it, so at the risk of looking stupid, smiled, nodded, and then he dismissed the ticket, just like a dumbass he would. It just goes to show that math and essay writing isn't a waste of time. One day you could get out of tickets, so it pays to use the old noodle.
Number 1.
Hypnotist gets out of ticket. Skeptics may doubt the validity of this one, but it's pretty amazing if true. While driving around filming a YouTube illusion, a magician managed to attract the attention of a police officer by causing a minor road offense. Incredibly, the driver manages to get out of receiving a ticket by hypnotizing the officer, using what he calls NLP patterns. The driver gets the officer to answer a series of unrelated questions and perform a strange set of finger snaps. The whole thing basically becomes the real-life equivalent of "these aren't the droids you're looking for," and is amazing to behold. Before you know it, the magician is driving away with no ticket. If real, I need to learn this. Like, is there classes for this? With that being said, everybody, we gotta learn some science, some hypnotism, some mathematics. Don't play the dead part. That's like unnecessary. We don't really need that. And we need to find ways to get out of these damn tickets. Take care, everybody. Peace.
Because you're robbing the fucking dollar store. What kind of loot did you expect to get? A bunch of off-brand cat food and some plastic toys that'll melt in the fucking sun? Why not just go to the mall and steal a pair of sunglasses or something? The value of those is worth more than a whole bag of loot from the fucking dollar store. And I know I keep saying it's a dollar store.